Good morning. We are just northwest of Santa Cruz, as you can see here. And we're going to be taking the X-Cub today. And I was watching YouTube, and a gal, I'll just call her HH, learned to fly in Watsonville and was ferrying aircraft. And she has a commercial license. And I don't watch a lot of flying stuff, but if it looks interesting, I'll watch it. And she was flying from up in the Carson Valley, so she's flying from like Gardnerville right up in there. Can't think of the airport right now, just south of Carson City, and out of there over South Lake Tahoe in a Debonair down, and she's having a meeting with some old friends in Santa Cruz. And then she talks about she lands in Watsonville, which you can see here. Watsonville is just right here, right there is Watsonville. And it's the closest airport. Used to be an airport here that was in Watsonville that was closed. It was a little bit weird. And then Bonnie Doon, I'm not sure whether I ever flew in or out of Bonnie Doon. It's possible. And I never knew about this airport. I like little airports, like when we fly around Carmel Valley. I used to go over to Carmel Valley to teach my students short field landings out of Monterey. And then there's a little airport up on the hill here, also called Carmel Valley. I never landed there, but I knew about the airport, and I would point it out. And there was rarely any reason to be flying down here in these coastal mountains. They get up to about 5,000 feet. Mostly Salinas and King City was down here. And here's probably King City. Well, here's King City. Landed at King City a couple of times. And you go on my dual and solo. I didn't go on the solo cross countries because that was for my students to figure out. But we'd come down here to Coalinga, and then up to Fresno, and then back into Monterey for the dual, and then they would fly that. But anyway, back here there is a little airport called Monterey Academy right out here on the coast. And I've been in and out of there, grass strip. So now we're going to go to this other grass strip that I never knew about. So let's get going. And we're flying, about 280. Let's see how we do on that. And that looks like the old TBM right there, flying into the sunset. Bonnie Doon Village. So we have to get some lights on, ready to fly, and we will be flying a little bit north, so we can let's get it earlier in the day, so it's behind us. And let's do that, and let's see if we can go back outside, check our rudders. Yeah, the rudders are still connected. So here's Bonnie Doon. Let's look around, and it's probably not quite like this, but the runway would be the approximate length. And I don't recall ever flying out of here in in the simulator, but we will see right here it's 270. So we just fly 270 over to the coast. Let's not use a cheater. Let's just go for it. Take the brakes off. And we'll look back. Here goes Bonnie Doon. Looking back towards Santa Cruz, right behind us. Yeah, I've noticed that when I fly to San Francisco, you see the little airport there. So we want to fly 270. And we put the flaps up. Come back on the power a little bit, so we can just navigate by the compass rose up here on the left, which shows almost due west, 264, almost 270. And then we'll look around. And of course, San Jose is over in that direction. Back to Santa Cruz in that way. Coming over to the coast. This isn't going to be a long flight, but it's going to be fun. I do have a little wing leveler here. Let's put it on. Heading right there, and we'll turn on the autopilot, navigate, heading right there, heading, and autopilot is on, and there we go. Yeah, I can see the point, so it's just before the point. And there's quite a bit of sailing with the surfboard with the kiteboarding, I guess you call it. And we'll look up the coast. And we can start down. Get in behind. I don't quite see the runway yet, but that could be it right there. And then there's a little commercial area right there. We're right on course. Yeah, we can keep it at about 60. Yeah, we'll put in a little flap. I think I see it right in front of us. You can see it right there. Yeah, and there's a commercial area right there. Yeah, looks like a little runway. Look right down at it. Looks like a couple of airplanes right there. And this is that open beach where you come up here on Highway 1 and you fly right by the area. There's apparently a lot of wind comes out of this valley right here. And we'll turn off the autopilot. And we could land on the beach. It's a pretty area. You get the name of the point right there. Point. I can't remember the point. The airport is right back there. Look at the reflection. Rarely would you get a reflection. And we'll get it on down. We'll go ahead and put it full flap. And we will have the sun out of our eyes when we come around. And we'll get it up to about 60. So we're going to come around back in the other way. One more flap. Getting a little slow. Oh, look out. That's a little better in that direction. I have to get out of the way here. I don't think so. I don't think there's a fuel truck here. I don't think there's a fuel truck here. And we'll look around. That's, I guess, Highway 1. I didn't know that the runway was that close. But that's interesting. I'll look for that the next time I drive up Highway 1. A little airport out on the coast, north of Santa Cruz. Thanks for riding along. And we'll look out at the ocean. That's not so pretty looking that way. Looks like an Aztec down there. big fuel truck. Don't think so. Don't think there's a fuel truck here. But I do recall this beach for the different types of surfers, and they got their sailboards out there, various toys, and then I've got my toy now, which is a simulated toy, but I'm having fun. It's almost like I've landed here now. Thanks for riding along. Bye-bye.